Introducing the Faxon FX7 bolt-action receiver. Elevate your precision shooting experience. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Geoff Montgomery here from Accurate Rifles and Restorations in Casper, Wyoming. Coming at you with another review video. This time featuring the Faxon bolt-action FX7. Made with pride in the US of A. This particular one is a Armor Lube Mata DLC bolt, and the receiver is a polished DLC 308 bolt face. So this comes at you in a nifty little packaging box here. Faxon Firearms meticulously crafts bolt actions in our state-of-the-art facility located in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio region. Using premium bar stock materials, we prioritize precision, detail, and exceptional feel to ensure the highest quality. The bolt action platform offers a shooting experience that demands the finest, smoothest finishes and exacting tolerances. We're confident our bolt action products are up to the challenge. Supported by Faxon's lifetime guarantee, we are confident that our bolt-action products will deliver an unrivaled shooting experience for our customers. Lifetime guarantee. Wow. Probably some fine print involved there, but that's nice. Welcome to the Fellowship of Firearms. So this one was sent to me from a customer out in Florida somewhere. And we're going to be putting together a 6 GT, 6 Golf Tango for him or her, don't remember. I haven't seen one of these, and I actually honestly have not heard that Faxon was manufacturing bolt actions. I've always heard of them in the lower price range AR-15 market, which I really have no interest in whatsoever. But working for other shops and stores in the past, I would always kind of come across their stuff and just kind of be like, whatever, it's another AR-15. But in this case, we got bolt action, and that's all about my game, so we're going to go ahead and review this while it's here. I thought I'd just take the opportunity and give my 2 cents about it and see what we can see with it. Let's get that one out of there. All about the Faxon today. So let's break open this packaging. It's got, like I said, kind of a nifty box and no literature. At least wasn't sent in the box for me to see. But I don't know, nice foam packaging there. And in there you get your receiver and your bolt. So right on. Get that crap out of here. All right, so starting at the start here, we got a shiny, polished DLC, diamond-like coating receiver, as they say. Kind of a faceted, angular take on the Remington 700 footprint. Integral, Picatinny rail, integral recoil lug. Recoil lug appears to be quarter inch, and just like they do, it's not quite a quarter inch. Again, I don't know why these companies don't make things just a straight nominal size. Why do we got to go 10 thousandths lower? Faxon, that's weird. Okay, whatever. So we've got an almost quarter inch recoil lug, integral, not integral. Like those other actions, integrated. We'll say integrated because I don't know how the heck to say that other word. Integrated, quarter inch recoil lug, integrated Picatinny rail that is labeled T2, T4, T6, T8, T10, 12, and 14. The 14 appears to be Sharpied out for some reason. That's kind of weird. And we got several different numbers on the side. That's kind of strange. I'm sure one of those is the serial number. And then, what do we got here? Faxon Firearms LLC from Fairfield, Ohio. Interesting. Okay, so interesting. 20 MOA rail is advertised, at least, and 70-degree bolt lift. This is the Mata DLC diamond light coating. Diamond light coating on diamond light coating. See how that fits. It's a little clunky, a little loose in the tolerances, but they do have strange features machined into them, so we'll get into that. Now, the firing pin striker assembly is all in there, so it's a little bit clunky feeling just for that reason, but anyway, we got a 70-degree bolt lift as advertised. Yep, look at that. So that's going to clear all your optics, your big optics that you might have up there. Big oversized bolt knob. A 6-lug configuration arranged in 2 rings of 3. So 6 lugs here. 6 is better than 3, is better than 2. And you need the 3 to get over the 90-degree bolt lift that a lot of 2-lug bolts have. So that's how they get around that. Geometry of the 3-lug design allows for that shorter bolt throw. We've got a face-loaded ejector and an M16 mini M16 style extractor here on the side. Very, very loose spring. That is a extremely loose spring. I mean, it doesn't have to be super powerful, just enough to capture the case rim, so whatever. But yeah, interesting, very complicated geometry on this bolt. Does not take up the slop, because there's still some in there. A rather generous bolt release / stop kind of groove in there. That corresponds to your side bolt release / stop. Held in by, looks like 2 set screws here. 2 of them, that's kind of weird. What do you need 2 for? Huh. Okay, weird. Kind of want to get into that and see what's up with that. What's up with that? Why do we need 2? Okay, I don't know. We'll figure that out. Compatible with the Remington 700 short action stocks and chassis systems. Compatible with Remington 700 pattern triggers. Compatible with Faxon Firearms FX7 pre-fit barrels and similar. Boo, pre-fit. Pre-fit barrels are for the weak and lazy and cheap. We are not going to pre-fit this one. We are going to actually machine it precisely to fit the receiver here, with nice and tight headspace, not super loose, failing on a no-go gauge headspace that a lot of pre-fit barrels have. We're going to make it fit the proper length, the proper headspace, the proper dimensions, the proper everything, not some pre-fit that we just hope like heck that it's done right, and then we wonder why it doesn't shoot, right? I know, you guys use pre-fits. Some of you out there, and you swear by them, and you think, oh, I've got the best rifle in the world because of my pre-fit barrel. Well, good for you. Good for you. You saved money, and you cheated a guy out of a job, so wonderful. Good on you. Support American labor. Actually, it's made in Ohio, so I suppose that's somewhat you're by a robot, but hey, whatever. Compatible with AICS and AW magazines. The action body is made out of 416 stainless steel, and the bolt is made out of 4340 carbon steel. featuring Faxon's original flame fluting as a nod to our industry-leading barrels. Yeah, because everybody knows that is the industry leader in barrels is Faxon. I believe that. Why I use Krieger and Bartland and Brooks so much. God, those are just stink pot barrels. Yucky. What else we got here? Straight, interchangeable. Oh, wait a minute, back up. Polished DLC coating enhances durability and looks. Isn't that shiny? Look at that. Pretty shiny. Getting my fingerprints all over it. Shiny, shiny. If this were mine, I'd take my knife and see how easy it is to scratch, but I'm not going to do that. It's not mine. Straight, interchangeable bolt handle. Well, it's on there tight, but I assume it's probably threaded on right about there. So you can interchange that with another handle of whatever is available. And yeah, let's see here. We got 8 inches and 8 inches long, 1 1/4 wide, 2 inches high. 2 inches high. Okay, yep. Well, a little more than 2 inches high. At least there. And then 1 1/4. Okay, or 1.3 inches. Round, I mean, whatever. If we're going off the largest part, that's 1.328 to be totally exact. Faxon. But okay, yeah, maybe this is a revision. And 2.26 pounds. I'm not sure if that's this or the entire thing or what. Their website's giving you a pre-fit barrel tenon, so it looks like a typical Remington 700 with a 1 1/16 by 16 Class 2A. You can find this on faxonfirearms.com. Let's see here, 883 plus or minus 1,000 length. Supposed to use a barrel of 1.2. You could easily use a 1.25 or even probably a 1. Nah, 1.3 would be way too big. 1.25 would be about the maximum barrel you'd want to use here. So we got 1, 2, 2.5, maybe 3 thousandths worth of tolerance, worth of slop on their pre-fit barrels. So yes, I'm sure there's going to be some barrels out there that swallow a no-go gauge. So don't be alarmed and whatever. And then we got a drawing of a bullet, an 8.6 blackout for some reason. Okay. Anyway, okay, so let's go to a couple of my comments here. Again, like I said, it's an impressively machined. Got a kind of weird cryptic engraving right there, engravement on there. Integrated features. Not a fan of this, where they've got this kind of protruding boss right there. I don't know why they do that either. I've seen this in a lot of other actions. And then kind of a weird line right there. It really has no effect on anything, but the reason I don't like that is there's a clear step there. So if you're bedding this, bedding is going to creep up in there between the freaking surfaces, cause all kinds of stupid problems. We got a faceted lug. That's fine. I'd rather see just a square lug. That has no purpose other than looking fancy. I would rather see a little more surface area on the lug. I don't know, whatever. Looks like 1/4 28 screws like a normal Remington would be. And then I just noticed this. This is slightly weird. What is going on here? Looks like we're supposed to have a trigger hanger there. So maybe the customer that sent me this kept that portion of it. And why on earth are there Phillips head screws here? That seems extremely cheap. You couldn't do cap screws, guys? Why do we have Phillips head screws here? That's a huge no-no. Just get out my Phillips head screwdriver and put my trigger on. Wow, that's extremely cheap. Again, maybe the customer kept that, but there should be a trigger hanger here, I would assume. There's no pins, so it's got to be a trigger hanger system. And another pet peeve of mine is, why would you do a trigger hanger system and not make it tunable? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Guys, get a clue from American Rifle Company and make your trigger hangers tunable. Order yourself an American Rifle Company coup de grace, put a trigger in there and work the bolt and tune that thing, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Faxon. And any other bolt action manufacturer that doesn't understand the benefit of a tunable trigger hanger system. If you're going to do a trigger hanger, make it tunable. It's super easy. And if you're not, then just make it a pin trigger. There's no point in this. I don't know anybody that's out in the field just swapping triggers willy-nilly. Like, oh, give me my trigger tech. I'm going to put that in there real quick. And then, oh, give me my jewel and my Timney. And then my original, I want the OG Remington. You know, like what? No, who does that? No one does that. How hard is it to put 2 pins in? Especially these days when the triggers, everything is contained. I don't know. Big pet peeve of mine, could you tell? And then I wanted to kind of investigate this part. Is that going to work? I want to see why there are 2 pins here. It's very strange. So here, so I'm unscrewing these 2 for the bolt release / stop. So typically you would see one here, and okay. So yeah, for some reason they got 2. Let's get the other one out and I'll show you. Get in there. Okay, so we got 2 of the exact same style screw / pins. And then your bolt release / stop is right there. And for whatever reason, they used a 2-pin design. So, I don't know, it works, whatever. More secure? I don't know. And then it's floating. So that the impact of the bolt slamming back is not being transferred to the pin. So there's no chance of breaking this thing. All the impact is getting slammed back onto the back of the receiver. Much tougher, harder steel back here than a little squiddly, what's the word, chintzy little pin. It's not chintzy, but a thin material pin. You know what I mean? That's going to break if you slam the bolt back hard enough. Okay, so I think that's about it for the receiver portion. The bolt, again, is just oddly shaped. Looks like we already got some chipping going on there. So DLC coating, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. Usually that doesn't just chip off like that. Just a little more wear there. I swear I didn't do that. Bolt face, I don't know, looks good. Looks like it may have been fired too. There's a little bit of brass in there, that's kind of weird. Is this a used receiver? Is this a used action? It might be a used action, I don't know. Like I said, it's got Sharpie there, it's got, it's missing the trigger hanger, it's got these weird Phillips screws, and some clear wear on the bolt there. Some more on the lug. Weird. Doesn't say, but I reckon this is probably a toolless kind of design like they all like to do these days. So yep, there it goes. So to take out your striker assembly, you just rotate that guy clockwise until it pops out of its cam. Inside the bolt body, inside the overly complex geometry of the bolt body there, that's nuts. Why we go to such lengths. Then it appears as if the striker is set screwed in there. Yep, there's a set screw in that hole. that is holding that all together. I don't know why they do that either. I'm not going to disassemble all this because I just don't really want to. But I guess you're just going to unscrew that and the thing's going to pop open. So the striker's contained there inside the shroud. So yeah, I imagine that's going to be a pain in the rear to put back together. It's got some nice grease on it, and yeah. The extractor again is just pinned in place right there, and the ejector is also pinned in place right there, cross pin. Okay, so yeah, that's the Faxon firearms bolt action, the FX7, made right here in the US of A in Ohio. All right, so this is gonna make this short and sweet. Believe this guy retails for $700 and some dollar, like $800, $799, something like that. Seems about right for these days as market value for such a thing. Good value for the money, I guess. I think, my opinion. I don't see why this would be a detrimental action to use. I mean, it holds a barrel. It loads the cartridge, fires the cartridge, pulls it out, and kicks it out. So that's its job. It's very fancy looking for that job, so I'm sure it does its job just fine and shouldn't have any problems. I'm sure people are getting good results, even with crappy pre-fit barrels. I bet you anything. So yeah, there you go. Let's put this back together for you on camera so you can see. You stick the striker back in, you orientate it till it falls in, you push it forward and rotate back until it settles into its little notch right there. And there you go. You're back in business. Oh yeah, I wanted to check that too. Let's take that back out. Let's see how this feels with no... So yeah, it's very smooth. It doesn't have the bolt indexing. You know, it's clanky. It's clanky, but you know, whatever. I'm talking a sub $1,000 action. So what can you ask for? It always kind of makes me laugh. Like you're out in the field, oh, I gotta get my bolt apart super fast. We'll put this back together while we're at it. Super easy to take apart, super easy to put back together. Not that you're really ever gonna mess with this stuff. There's really no need to, but okay. I'm gonna be swapping out bolt stops. Okay, there you go. The Faxon FX7 bolt action receiver. Get yours today. Thanks for watching. This is Geoff Montgomery from Accurate Rifles and Restorations in Casper, Wyoming. Please like the video if you got any value out of this. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Comment, leave a comment. Do you own one of these? What do you think? Did you buy one of their like barreled actions, or did you put this together yourself with a pre-fit? Argue with me about how pre-fits are just as good as a match grade Krieger or Bartling or Brux. You tell me your thoughts on that. And I may or may not respond. And subscribe to the channel. We are almost to 5,000. We may be to 5,000 by now. Thank you guys very much. The ones of you that have subscribed, thank you. 5,000 subscribers. That's freaking amazing. Never did I think 2 years ago when I started this channel that I'd have even 1,000. So the fact that people are paying attention and liking what we're putting out is a really, really cool feeling. So thank you very much, genuinely, for the subscription. Those of you that have subscribed. If you have not, let's get that number up even more. Let's go for 10,000 now. But hey, I appreciate that very much, people. So thank you very much for that. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. We upload once a week, every Sunday morning. We have hundreds of videos for you to check out. Whatever your little heart may desire is probably in there. So peruse the channel and visit the website if you're looking for a gunsmith. If you're looking for the best top quality, high quality, super premium gunsmith service, I'm your guy. My wife Crystal and I run this company, and albeit we've got a bit of a backlog and we're very busy, we would love to talk with you if you're interested in premium gunsmithing services. Thank you very much again for watching, and you have yourself a really great day, and take care. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. You take care. We'll see you later.